We are back here at at NXL. I'm sorry, 2025, your season opener, Upstate Avalanche versus Protocol. We're going to tell you a little bit more about Protocol. Anthony,
Protocol's on the right-hand side here. Team based out of Vegas. Super into paintball right now. Some of you may know, unfortunately, they pull a penalty in the first point.
So I think they're going to be down to 2 bodies, if my math is correct, against 4.
Looks like D1 and the Snake Side Tower. So I mentioned earlier that D5 teams normally don't play on the premier field, but we're always here trying to grow paintball. We've got Dan Blazarian's team here. For those that don't know, he's a social media mogul. Been into some poker. Now he's into paintball. So we're happy to have him. He's been putting a lot of time and work. His girlfriend's going to be playing this weekend as well. Katsakor's been out there. Marcelo Margot's been out there and coaching them up. They got some of the Vegas Brawlers playing with him. But right now, Upstate Avalanche has got two guys over the top of the Snake 50 here, putting some work on, and they're going to take this first point over Protocol.
That point was not going great for Protocol to start off with, and then that penalty in the middle just gutted what was left of them. Immediately, Upstate took advantage of it, pushed up the Snake, and closed it out. Got to say, for Protocol, not many D5 teams get lucky enough to have somebody like Marcelo Margot coaching you. That's a completely different level.
I mean, realistically, from a female and a male standpoint, Marcelo and Kat are two icons in the sport. So, yes, I'm happy to see that. Hey, if you're really into something, why not try to cut that learning curve down and get as much training in as you can?
I mean, in my timeline, it wasn't that long ago that Russian Legion or Red Legion was just a guy and his friends that were learning how to play in a field they built, somewhere in Russia.
I will say Upstate Avalanche didn't look like a D5 team on that point.
No.
So they played really well.
That looked dominant.
So now we've got the other side of this.
We got Filthy Few versus Cerberus. 3-headed dog, correct? Cerberus?
Yeah.
Greek mythology?
From Hades, all right? One of the levels of playing.
Yeah.
Hell.
Like he guarded the gates. All right, here we go. Filthy Few on your left in the white jerseys. Filthy Few with a relatively conservative breakout, kind of a pocket play, doubled up at home.
They were running and gunning wild over here on this right-hand side. Take the D1, the Aztec on the Dorito side. They have the home, the Snake corner, and the Snake Aztec. So pretty much a full spread right across the back.
Filthy Few with a conservative breakout, but doing a really good job taking their secondaries. Sliding out sideways into the Dorito corner, then up into the D1 mini brick.
Cerberus loses their Aztec on the Dorito side. So they're down to 4 players.
Yeah, Filthy Few doing I got to say their secondaries and their tertiary bumps are really smooth and clean.
Another Cerberus player coming out of the Snake side corner. So 5-on-3 right now for Filthy Few.
Yeah, I just cannot stress that enough. Filthy Few is doing such a good job with their movements.
They do lose 1, so it's a 4-on-3.
This is Perkins. He's going to catch that D3 attempt to fill by Cerberus. Did he? No, the Cerberus player is going to live. No, there you go. Did he get him?
I don't see him walking off yet.
Perkins gave up on the kill then.
Which is okay if you play the side of this one bunker here.
True. Play the outside of it. You're protected.
Another Cerberus player out of the Snake, so it's a 4-on-2. And maybe a concession? Nope.
Different field. Should be a concession, though. If you want to go back and watch the video, Filthy Few, their movement was beautiful. They did not look like a D5 team in the way that they were making their bumps. It was really clean, very coordinated. Looks like they had a plan. The coach would say you're going to move at this point, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. So.
Waiting for a concession here. The next point we'll have Protocol on our left side, and Upstate Avalanche will be on the right. They're going to hit the buzzer. Again, a little bit about Protocol and how they've kind of started playing paintball as Dan put a field in his backyard started having some friends over and playing some 10-on-10s and just having a good time with it. I think Weston is one of those players on his roster as well that was part of that original crew that was just out there playing paintball for some fun. And they just kind of took it to the next level and really wanted to play competitively. And that's what they're doing out here right now. So we got Protocol on the left-hand side against Upstate Avalanche.
All right, we'll take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, which is a company you might have heard of, Committed Paintball. I don't even know why we're doing commercials for them because every Twister run they make sells out instantly. Like, what is there to advertise? So if you're a fan of the Twister series, go join I believe it's called the Storm Chasers Club, which gives you early access to some of the drops and maybe gives you a chance to buy in on the Twisters. They sell instantly. All right, Protocol on your left. Protocol's going to attempt the snake on the break. Nice elbow slide into the snake. Protocol being much more aggressive at this point.
Yeah. I believe Korika here that's Weston, who I talked about earlier, one of the original Protocol. And we've got Upstate New York, 3 of them peeled off now.
Yeah, we're going to lose the middle. Oh, no penalty, but we're going to lose the middle for Protocol here. Now it's a penalty. You got upgraded.
It looks like Blazarian comes over here to the Snake's Eye Money.
Oh, and he's going to walk right into a penalty and get pulled. I'm not sure where that one. That might have been a major. I mean, there's 2 bodies pulled. That must have been a major on Protocol.
Yeah, I don't think Dan knows. He doesn't have a hit on him. He's just being called out on a penalty. But
yeah,
didn't they pull one already? Or
well, they pulled one unless it's a major. If they felt it was a major. And this is a ref crew that will absolutely stop for just a second, have a conversation amongst themselves, and correct a call. So if they think it was a minor that should have been a major, they'll stop for a second, discuss it, and upgrade it. They'll pause matches to make sure they get a call right. Like, this is, I mean, you know me. I'm always kind of on the side of the refs because I think their job is really tough. But this ref crew is really, really damn good.
Yep, not debating that whatsoever. They also brought back the ultimate judge from Europe that I love. What you know his name?
Mikhail or
Mikhail? Yeah,
Mikhail.
He's really good.
Very good. So here's the let's talk refs, reffing crew. This is the point where all of our subscribers turn off and go get a snack because I'm going to talk reffing. First of all, if you're reffing, the best thing you can do when you're about to make a call is take a breath and wait for a second, and then make sure you make the right call. Because too often, as a ref, you feel like you have to instantly get that flag out of your pocket and instantly get in the air. You don't. Take a deep breath. Make sure that it's the right call. Maybe it's to upgrade it to a major, whatever. But it won't affect the game for you to take 3 seconds to throw a flag rather than 1, and you're going to get the call right.
All right, so now we've got Filthy Few and Cerberus.
Cerberus on the left in the red jerseys. They're into the snake immediately. Cerberus 5 alive, spread across into D1. Now they lose their D1 player, but the number 99 here, Robbins, is up to snake 2.
They lose 1 body. Cerberus coming off. Filthy Fuse here on the outside snake brick. Cerberus loses another player off the Dorito side, Aztec, and a big fill right there to the Dorito 1. I like that fill. Cerberus looking to pull. Yep, the nice shot there.
There you go. Kills that tower. Robbins doing some damage. Number 99. He's not aware. Danger's very close, though. And there's a trade.
Good trade.
Yep. Robbins did a lot of damage there. Walk-off field with his head held high.
Cerberus comes into the snake side corner, and they also still have the Dorito, too. So
this snake side corner is not a stay bunker. It's a bunker you go to and then get the hell out of it, in my opinion. It has not worked out well for anybody today. There it is, and he's dead. Sometimes I scare myself with how good I am at reading these fields. All right, Filthy Few's going to close this one out. It's a shame because Cerberus, especially with Robbins at the spear point, really had a good game going there, and it just fell apart.
This field should play read and react, a lot of counter punch. So, yeah, you're never going to want to speak too early, even if there's only 2 bodies alive. Saw a lot of even pro men's games earlier on the Go Sports field where you thought, all right, this is in control, this is going to end, and it just didn't go your way. You have to be really clean on your closes, and you really need to pass that information of where everybody not only is, but where their gun is shooting, because you can run into a lane that someone is just sitting on and waiting on you until you're in no man's land. So
my impression is that this middle structure in this field, these 4 stand-up wedges and the can and all these, really blocks off a line of sight. So it's very easy for you to not have a full field picture from any one side. And when you're speaking about trying to close out a game, I've seen a lot today of players crossing the 50 thinking they got it made, and they just had no vision on, say, the Dorito side. And there's one player sitting there waiting for them.
All right, so Protocol now is on the right-hand side. Upstate Avalanche on the left. Protocol looked really good that last point. Penalties really hurt them. Penalties has hurt them this whole match, right?
Yep.
Both of their points.
Yep.
Again, a newer team, so they're just not used to, the awareness of getting hit and maybe a pack and getting 1-for-1. I don't know what the last penalty was, but
it was a major.
It was
whatever,
a major.
Whatever
Exactly.
it was, it wasn't good. All right, Upstate on your left, Protocol on your right. Upstate in the blue jerseys. Got number 44 here. He's going to pull up at the mini temple. Upstate does go into D1 on the breakout and the Snakeside Tower. We're going to lose 1 from the Protocol side coming off of their snake insert. However, they match it up. So 4-4. Protocol has better bunkers right now, further upfield. Matched up 4-4. Another player peeling off Dorito side for Upstate Avalanche. Advantage Protocol. 4-on-3. Better position. Protocol is stuck. Avalanche is stuck in pocket play with just 3 players left alive.
So Protocol has a 1 on the board here. Did we miss something, or?
We often miss things.
That's true. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, but you're right. I thought it was a 0. I thought they were down 2-0. But
right. All right, we got Weston here.
Avalanche
wrapping on that bunker you don't like.
I hate this bunker.
Good communication there. Another Upstate Avalanche coming off, so it's a 3-on-2 maybe? Because I see a Protocol coming. Oh, man, another penalty. I don't know who it's on.
Yeah, 2 players peeling off there for Protocol. We might be to a 2-on-1 advantage Avalanche.
I know we got Weston here in the snake.
We got D1 and the snake side corner for Avalanche.
If Protocol even has 1 player left, I think it's going to give Weston enough time to maybe pull this back.
Avalanche player in the corner making a counter move. He slides up this mini brick. He still will not have vision on number 24, though.
There is a bounce shot there. I don't know if he knows it or not, but there is a bounce shot off of past Weston back into his back.
Yep.
Weston's been playing well.
Here it is. Here's the move. Clean, too. No trade.
He did a good job not pulling his trigger there, because that would have been a penalty.
That would have been a major, and they would have had to start down bodies. Jalapeno, number 44, is going to close this out for Upstate Avalanche. Good move. Well, you and I may have missed a dirty hang. That may have been why the score is what it is, because I also thought that Protocol was scoreless.
Plenty of time left in this match.
Yeah.
I don't know if D5 is race 2 or is it differential?
3-point mercy.
3-point mercy, okay.
Yeah. It's not a race 2, but the tolerance for mercy is lower.
Gotcha.
So Cerberus is teetering on the edge of it themselves. They're up against Filthy Few. Filthy Few, of what I've watched so far from D5, is the best. I'm going to go on and on about their movement. They just look so clean, and they're making their secondaries and tertiary moves.
I'm not going to speak for all the viewers, but obviously we're fans of the game. I'm watching here. I had an expectation of what D5 paintball looked like.
Okay.
And I feel like it's above my expectations.
Fair enough.
I think they're all playing pretty well right now.
So the most noticeable thing I'm seeing, D5 compared to normally watching semi-pro or pro WNXL, is the movements. It's easier. The teams are not so good at locking down lanes that it's tough to make your bumps. So I'm seeing a lot of moves here today in the D5 that I'm like, that shouldn't work, but it works.
Yep. They're not holding the lane.
Right. Maybe because they don't have good paint sponsorship. I don't know. Anyway, they're being conservative on their paint. There's a check asked for, and it's a good thing he asked for a check. Filthy Few going to lose their player over there on the Dorito side mini temple.
See if Cerberus can hold that lane now like you just talked about. Don't let him get out on the D side. Now you've got him trapped from home over. Good move here by Filthy Few, though, knowing that maybe that I got to win this from the snake side because we're not going to get out wide.
Filthy Few loses their snake tower down. Now they're down to 3 players. The good news is they do have a player sliding up the snake side right now. There you go. Cerberus gets that brick first. Importantly, he doesn't bump it. The Filthy Few player suspects he's there, but he isn't sure. Yeah, Filthy Few player going to try to wrap. Wrong time to wrap. Oh, my God. I don't think either one knows they're there.
Cerberus has lost a player coming down that D side, but they also filled behind him. So I believe it's 3 Cerberus left. One's on the D side 50. One's here standing up in the snake.
Cerberus is crossing the 50 on the Dorito side. This is going to be an ugly trade, but I think it will be a trade. I don't know, they're checking him. He might have lived through it. He lived through it.
Yeah, Ricky tried to put some paint on him, but that's Perkins again. Cerberus are getting peeled off. It's just this one in the snake.
Oh, he's going to walk right into a gun, and he pulled off the trade. That was a hell of a game there by number 6, Perkins. Those were 2 gun battles he should have just flat out lost.
And this should be the nail in the coffin. I don't see any more Cerberus players left. Got at least one Filthy sitting in the Dorito side Aztec.
Would you say there's a few Filthy players left?
Maybe less than a few.
Got the pun in. And we just lost subscribers. There is no incentive for Cerberus to towel out of this one. You want to let Filthy Few go ahead and hit the buzzer. Hopefully he's got a hit on him that he doesn't know about. That's your best chance here.
Good job by Filthy. There we go. They're excited to win their match here, probably their first match of the day.
There it is, clean.
All right, so now we're going to go into X-Ball. So there'll be a 2-minute time in between each point. Protocol still has a point on the board, so I'm going to go with we missed a dirty hang or something.
I'm willing to concede that our scoreboard operators probably know more than you and I do. Does that sound reasonable?
I'll always go with that. All right, so we got Blazarian coming out. We got number 10, which is Anthony Mariquin. 44, Brandon Coffers. 24 has been doing a really good job in the stake, Weston Carica. And 94, Chaston Barrett.
All right, and thanks again to AlabamaPaintball.com for sponsoring this broadcast. Sponsors like that make this possible. We can enjoy their support, and we enjoy your support. So if you have a chance, jump on your social media, share this stream, get more people watching.
5:26, Protocol down 1. They're on the left-hand side. Weston goes to the snake corner and is eliminated. Good shooting off the break there by Upstate Avalanche. Protocol also loses another player that was going up the center to the Dorito side tower.
This is not how Protocol needed this to start. They're immediately down to 3 players, 3 on 5. The only good news for them is so far Upstate has not taken the snake. I don't know how much longer that's going to stay the case. There's an important gun battle going on right now between the snake tower of Protocol and the mini temple of Upstate. If Upstate can get that gun dominance even for a second, he can go. He can just go and get that snake, and then he should be able to just, do a lot of damage, hopefully. Uh-oh. Ref going in to check one of the Protocol players. Nope, he's clean. No flag. No death.
Avalanche does take the snake. They're in the snake 2, wrapping on that can.
However, Protocol does a great job wrapping around that snake tower. He managed to blow up the home.
Yeah, Coffers needs to play tight right here. Potentially try to win a gun battle.
I think he might have gotten hit in the headband. I think he might have gotten shot in the tail end of his headband. Nope, they're calling it clean.
Blazarian playing the home. mainly on the Dorito side.
Oh.
Nice move there by Coffers.
Sideways move.
I like that move. Because they got 2 out wide on him. Now chill, just chill. There we go. Coffers gets one.
Nice
He's going to get another one out of the bunker you love.
Yeah,
that's 2.
The bunker of death. Bunker Diablo.
Real good counterpunch move there by Coffers. They were down 2. He evens it up. Blazarian holding it down from home. And then
Coffers has gun problems, though. I think from that dive over the snake, which was pretty violent, I think something's off with his hopper.
He might have broke paint in it.
Yeah, I think it's actually not feeding. I think he might have jarred something loose internally, like a battery. The number one reason your hopper dies on the field is because a battery pops loose. Here we go.
No. Blazarian's looking D-way, too. Oh, no.
Very, very nice, though. He put one ball in him. The upstate player put one ball in Blazarian, didn't roast him alive, and then hit the buzzer. What a turn of events.
Yeah, I mean, just equipment failure, really.
I mean, for Coffer, if he didn't make that sideways bump into the snake, I'm not sure they had much chance of winning anyways. Unfortunately, that violent dive, I think, probably dislodged a battery in his hopper, and that got him killed.
Yikes.
So, yeah, this is my Matt Falby tech tip of the day. If you're on the field and your hopper is dead, most of the time it's because a battery popped out of its holder. Now, most of the modern hoppers, you have a chance to take it apart on the field and put the battery back in. It's not fast, but at least it'll get you back in the game. There you go, tech tip of the day.
And this is an X ball right now. Filthy View won their match over Cerberus. So Protocol down 2 with 3 minutes to go. I don't know. I think Steve-O's over there coaching them right now.
Wait, which Steve-O are you talking about?
Of LTZ fame, I'm pretty sure, is over there.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if you got one of the Jackass crew out here to coach him.
Well, I'm sure Steve-O himself over there has been called a Jackass before in his life, but no.
Fair enough.
He's trying to rally the troops over there. I can see him in the pit. Got plenty of time.
Yeah, 3 minutes on the clock. This is not over.
No, this is not a hold field.
And frankly, that last point, they were, other than mechanical failure, they were doing pretty damn well in it. So
yeah, Coffers made a great move to counter, bring it back to even. Then they got a kill. They were up 3-on-2, and unfortunately, it was still a good move by the Avalanche player. I'm not trying to take it away from him, but he saw that. Hey, you're not looking down the tape. I'm going to come down, bunkers him. Left one and Protocol player alive on the field and shoots Dan in the back and hangs it. Dan's trying to do a job.
Yeah.
And he's over his Dorito guy.
Just unlucky timing or lucky timing, depending on which end of the spectrum you're on that one.
With more experience, people will understand that you need to have your head in the swivel. Even if you have your gun looking that way, you can head check back to the other side and kind of check in with your both players. You're quarterbacking at that point, so you do have to have awareness of communicating with both players on the sides.
Especially when you're down bodies like that situation. When it's full 5 bodies on the field, you can be a little bit more static in what you're doing, but when you're down bodies, you need to start keeping your head on a swivel.
Definitely excited to have people that are playing paintball and excited about it. I'm hearing that potentially a premier field is being built out in Vegas to bring more people into playing paintball. So,
like a permanent commercial field?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep. All right, Protocol's on the right-hand side, down 2. Avalanche up 2, tries to take the snake corner. He's eliminated.
Avalanche is going to lose their snake player. I thought their backup player might have also got clipped, but the refs don't seem to agree.
Weston, I believe, is in the snake here, shooting at the home. Unfortunately, Protocol lost 2 players behind them, Blazarian and Salisbury.
So Coffers needs to do some damage. Avalanche kind of spread across the back. They now make the move up into the snake. That's number 45, Jalapeno again.
I'm impressed with Weston's play right here in the snake. He's very athletic. He's got the go-forward mentality. Just needs a player behind him to. He's got every single gun is looking at him right now. Oh. Nice shot.
Tough death.
Comes
out of
home.
the snake.
Holmes dead. There we go. 2 for Weston.
He's going to wrap, blow up that mini temple.
3 for Weston.
Yep. It's just going to leave that D1.
Good communication.
D1's going to switch off down the tape line. That gives Weston a chance.
Oh, no. He threw himself away.
Yeah, that was a body thrown away. However, the refs are going to check that D1. They're calling him clean.
Keep your gun up, Weston. I think this might be a one-on-one.
I believe you're correct. For protocol, if they lose this point, they lose the match. This is it. They cannot lose this one-on-one.
Yeah, Weston's not in the best bunker either.
Oof, that was risky coming up shooting right there. Drop back, drop back. No, he's going to go forward.
I like this move. I like it.
No, I don't. It's the Dorito Muerte.
I know, but when you're playing it back like that, it's a much bigger bunker.
Yeah, I suppose.
Be tight.
60 seconds.
Ooh,
okay, that's okay.
Man, more drama. Oh, I heard a tink. Yeah.
That's still a great point.
All right, that was a hell of a point by protocol and by number 24 here, Weston.
But a good bend, don't break from Avalanche.
Yeah, they dug in, held that one out. They're going to go up 4-1, and they're going to mercy out that match.
Definitely impressed with Weston's play. We'll see protocol. They have 3 more matches on this field today.
Well, congratulations to Upstate Avalanche for protocol. That's your first match. Don't worry, you've got a few more, and most of them are going to be on this field. So you're not done yet.
All right, I think we have a WNXL match coming up. Is that right, Matt?
Maybe a little heroines. Yeah, is that?
Nah, heroines not till the afternoon.
All right. Don't give the fans what they want right away. Slow it down. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us here at our NXL and WNXL E1. In a moment, you're going to watch some Femmes Fatale versus Northern Lights and Dallas Vibe versus Suricatos. Suricato's first game today for them. For Femmes, Vibe, and Northern Lights, this will be their second match of the day. So good luck to all of them.
So both Nevermores and Northern Lights lost their first match, and you've got Vibe and Femmes winning their first match. So,
all right. Well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with some WNXL. Thanks for being here with us. We are back in the NXL action here on the Premier Field. We're going to be watching Revolution versus Protocol. I am joined by the one, the only, Julian Maslowski.
It's nice to see you again, Matt. Great to be here with you again.
It is great to work with you.
And right now it is a 5-on-5 breakout, and then it looks like Revolution just dropped the first body out of the middle. At the same point in time, Revolution and Protocol are both in the outside Snake 40 right before the 50 Snake, and Revolution has just made a move into the 50 Snake. He's now joined by Protocol. Neither of these players have touched the bunker, but you can definitely hear guns when you're that close.
That's Jason Boulware Allen from Revolution there in the
Here
Snake.
we go, about to meet.
Ooh.
Nice. All right,
medium trade. So,
and then at the same point in time, Protocol has also lost another player out of the back, so that's down 2 for Protocol. Same thing for Revolution. But
trade. It's going to be another trade. Oh my God, the meat grinder is active today.
Yeah, I will say definitely this 50 Snake and the 50 Dorito both can be very vicious, especially when you can kind of see later in the day when the shadows start to approach. Obviously, a gun coming off will definitely be something to show it off too. But
it'll be really obvious to see. All right, well, Protocol is going to win that one. They're going to go up 1-0. Since we have a chance to catch our breath, Julian, you're playing with Aftershock this weekend?
Yeah, so playing Aftershock 10-man on Sunday, but then playing semi-pro with the New Jersey Jesters.
Nice. New Jersey Jesters has been an organization that's been here forever. And with, as every season, with a turnover at the top end of the semi-pro roster, of the semi-pro division, it opens up windows. So I would think as Jesters, you're in there. You have a chance at making a run for the title.
Yeah, truly. And then from Chicago on from last year, we have really been progressing. With the addition of Cozy, he is Vladimir Kozyrev, former Russian Legion player. He's amazing on the field. He's a good dude off the field as well. Has been a huge addition, and he was a former teammate with Anton Kushagayev, both on the Legion as well as here with the Jesters.
And I think the Jesters had a really good World Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I saw some playoff action there, deep in the playoffs. So we look forward to that. Good luck, Aftershock. Is it Mech 10-man?
No, it's electronic.
It's just good, which I'm an advocate for, by the way. All right, Upstate Avalanche on your left, Cerberus on your right. Cerberus, three-headed god of the underworld.
Both teams are 5 alive right now. Upstate has launched into the Snake, as well as Cerberus. They are in the outside Snake 1, but that player just took an elimination. 5-on-4, and actually they just lost another player as well, so Avalanche is 5-on-3 right now.
In the Snake for Avalanche, you're looking at one of the Valenzuela brothers, which is Eric. Number 44, he's going to go ahead and slide up to that S3, maybe just bypass it, go right to the brick. With Protocol lacking that tower, which they just filled in, it really allowed Eric to make that move. That's a tough bump if that tower is hot and looking down into that void.
Yes, and that's especially with the Snake. You can definitely, if you get low, you can really hide and you can get all the way up there. That Snake tower does have some Overwatch protection, but right when you get around this S3 area, right around the 50, if they are low enough, there's a lot of little blind spots that you can use to your advantage as well.
Sneak in, yeah. All right, well, Eric is being very daring. That Mini Dorito is dead. Okay, Mini Dorito taking a walk, and that tower, that might be it.
And it looks like it's going to be 1-0 for Upstate Avalanche here.
Concede. Point approved.
Okay.
1 minute.
All right, we're going to switch back over to Protocol versus Revolution.
And then I will say, I think we have to give a little notable shout out here for the Protocol team because they do have a kind of a high name profile player on there.
Yes, they do. You can go ahead.
Okay, so we have Mr. Dan Bilzerian. You're going to see him walking right by the Snake 50 right now. He's put this team together in hopes of having a successful year, working through, winning, and making the championship, and then thus bumping up division by division, working from the bottom on the way up.
I'm told he built a field in his backyard, and that's how they're working on their practices and getting better.
Yep. It definitely helps when you have a backer and the support to be able to be successful. That's for sure.
Not many of us get to build a field in our backyard.
Yep. I can certainly understand that one.
All right, Revolution a little bit late to the box, but they are going to get in and tag up. Protocol on your left, Revolution on your right.
Looks like a 5-on-5 breakout for both teams. Nope, I'm sorry, Protocol has dropped one player here on the Snake side, and we also, Revolution has dropped a player, so it's 4-on-4.
Protocol loses one of their players up the middle, so they're down to 3 bodies, and they've lost the Battle of the Snake right now.
And Revolution has just moved into the 50 Snake, and he also has support from his Snake insert there right behind him, too.
He has a chance to freelance, look across the field for cheap, easy kills, come back over, focus on this. Although he's got backup now, he doesn't need to freelance. He can just stay locked onto this outside.
You know, I think the one thing about this field is that it's definitely a Snake-heavy field. You can certainly make moves up the middle and on the Dorito side as well, but you need to have that support. And also, I think one thing I'm not seeing and actually Revolution just lost their 50 Snake player, but then they're immediately filled right in.
Brandon Coffer shooting that Snake brick.
It just doesn't seem as though there's someone in the middle for either team kind of directing the traffic, keeping that east-west communication. Yeah. Both teams have shown the north-south communication is working, but you need someone to connect it cross-field.
To bridge it, yeah. All right, Julian, they're D5. Give them a break.
I know, but look, hey,
no,
all of these players aspire to be good players, and really for a guy that's in the back center, someone that's that home player, you have to communicate.
That was risky. That was risky for Brandon Coffers because I could easily see the ref being thrown that as a major. There was a gun waiting for him, and that's a dangerous thing.
And Protocol, I think, with one player left, just was able to sneak out that point there. But yeah, so I mean, obviously this is a D5 team playing, but it's 5 dudes with guns.
Yeah.
5 players with guns, so everyone's got a chance out there. But one thing that we noticed too is that whether you are inserting yourself at the home or coming up towards the middle, you have that ability to help connect both sides of the field. With the Doritos, it's definitely kind of tricky because once you get to the outside, you can really get up into that 50 really fast.
Yep.
And there's not too many people on the back line that are able to control you. So the home-looking Dorito side as well as the mini temple-looking Dorito side, there is a little bit of containment that can be done, but I've seen a lot of different teams and players, if they are even low enough at that, like Dorito 2, they can pretty much crawl,
Yep.
right on up, and that's been seen too.
So what I saw on the Dorito side is most of the bumps, D1 to D2, D2 to D3, you can isolate gunfights. If I can get gun dominance just for a second on, let's say, the home, I can make my bump, and by the time they get their gun back up, I've already made my bump.
Yep.
And then D3 into the D50, it looks like a free move. I mean, that's exaggerated, but it looks pretty easy.
So looks like it is a 5-on-5 breakout. Nope, and actually, Cerberus has actually just lost their snake insert player as well as Upstate. They have lost one of their guys off the back line. We're 4-on-4.
Cerberus has retained their D2, so he's still alive. 4 alive for Cerberus. They've got this all-important snake tower, although he's under a lot of pressure.
And obviously you can hear the snake tower player. He's communicating where he's taking the pressure from. He's trying to get that across both sides. That's literally what I was just talking about. Person in that position, they can connect the field for both people.
Graziano taking the walk for Upstate Avalanche. So 4-on-4, now 3-on-4, might be 2-on-4. Cerberus players are starting to drop. Nope, they managed to keep their tower, so
it looks like it's a 3-on-4, yep. And then Dorito player just launched into Dorito 3. Get ready for now he's going to be in the 50
bypassed
Dorito.
it. Yeah, he bypassed D3, just went right into the D50.
And the Dorito 50 does have a lot of inside shots, but this is where, like I said earlier with this field, when you do get on the edges of these 50s and you turn the corner, you are the widest player. Upstate New York just moved into the 50 Dorito.
Yeah, let's see if Robbins pick up on it. He's going to launch. But that's going to be a trade. They both knew.
I do like how both these teams are going after each other. Definitely makes it for an exciting match.
I love watching D5 and D4. I think you get a lot more Wild West cowboy stuff. It's a lot of fun to watch.
As we say that, Upstate has now filled in Dorito. Gave him a nice little back massage.
Yeah, that's.
And then I think this may be the only player for Upstate. Nope, it's not. He's communicating with his teammates. They're trying to make sure they have everyone. And they've also eliminated the 50 Dorito player for Revolution. Looks like Upstate. Yep, they just got that point there.
There you go. Cerberus is going to towel out of that one. Upstate goes up 2-0. Plenty of time on the clock, though, so that's not really an issue yet. Same thing over here in the Revolution Protocol game. Revolution down by 2 points, but with 7 minutes on the clock, we are not in panic mode yet.
And yeah, so I mean, I think, also with this field, I think you're going to see as the days move on, a lot more interesting moves up the middle. A lot of the times we have seen teams that we've played against, both in the event and in practice, rather putting one person into the snake tower. Then day 2 on the layout, we started seeing people run 2 players up to this tower because you do really have a nice, strong snake shot at the same point in time.
Dorito side.
Yep, exactly that. Yeah. And it's not so much before the Dorito one, but in that Dorito 2, Dorito 3 gap, you have a really heavy gun. It's really nice, big there. Plus, that player can also launch into that center 50 area.
You're right, because I've expected to see this snake side tower being used exclusively for controlling the snake, but I'm not. I'm seeing more and more teams using it to shoot Dorito side. Oh, that was an ugly dive in by Revolution of the D1, but it seems to work. They do lose their home player. Nope, it didn't work. They lose their Dorito player.
So down 2 for Revolution.
Yes.
And Protocol is still 5 alive right now.
Another body peeling off for Revolution. This snake tower is in a world of hurt.
Yep. It's a great position to be, but not when you're one of the last people left alive.
No. And you know what? There's no good drop back from it. Any drop back he tries to do, it's such a far run, he's probably going to die doing it. Oh, let's find out. No, he didn't. He got died in place.
Revolution has been kind of quick on the horn at times. We'll see if they're going to let this go on too much longer.
Well, here's the problem. The mercy rule in this is 3.
Ah.
This might be match over right here.
Maybe match.
See if he's clean.
Might as well take the time, have it done right.
Yeah, you got all the time in the world.
Yep.
Oh, our poor camera.
Team meeting.
Our poor dead box camera.
Nice. That was definitely a controlled, dominant third point here by Protocol.
Game finished.
All right, that is it. Protocol's going to walk away with that one.
And it was 5 alive, too.
Yeah, wow, that is dominant. Well, congratulations, Protocol. We're going to go back to Upstate Avalanche for Cerebus. This game is going to go into X-Ball, which if you're not a longtime watcher of paintball, first of all, welcome. Second of all, that means that there's going to be very little downtime for these teams between points. So they're going to come off. They're going to have, what is it, a minute and a half, 2 minutes?
Normally it's 2 minutes between points, but like you said, with Upstate being up 2-0 right now, this is potentially the game winner for Upstate. However, if Cerberus is able to get one here, then this is going to keep going for them.
Yeah, their backs are up against the wall if you're Cerberus. Hey, take a moment to thank BKI. BKI is a primarily online institute for learning how to play paintball better than you do right now. Lots of pro input on breaking down fields, how to be better, how to win gunfights. And then at least once a year they'll hold a camp. And literally, we have a lot, at least from my region up in New England, there's a lot of parents that will send their aspiring 16-year-old, 17-year-old, whatever, to go to these camps and learn from pros. It's really cool. It's very, very cool.
And plus, something like that in the paintball world is very unique to its own because there's nowhere else that I can think of off the top of my head that offers something like that to the youth. Whereas, that's just everyone knows BKI, that they're going to have something up in that New England area every summer.
You know what? You're right. We're kind of in a nice soft spot as far as sports go. The pro players in paintball are not unattainably distant. Mm-hmm. There are opportunities to meet them, to learn stuff from them. Where, if you're talking baseball or football, you are never going to meet your idol, unless it's 30 years after he played and he's broke and signing autographs in your local card shop. So that's cool about paintball. You can still have access to the pros.
So looking forward to seeing how this Upstate Avalanche team's doing. The pair of brothers here on the Snake side, they are definitely aggressive, and it's been fun to watch thus far. And
you called it. Wow.
Short. That is definitely going to be an exciting reel there.
Wow.
And he's already turned the corner. They had previously dropped one player off the Snake side here in the beginning. They've now just lost 2, number 3 for Cerberus. These brothers are definitely a bit of a wrecking crew.
So, they're playing with house money. They're up by 2 points. They're on the verge of mercy. You can take wild runouts because you don't have much to lose. You don't even care if you lose a point. Wow, that was a fast point. So congratulations, Cerberus. You're going to blow that one up.
That's awesome.
So
congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have 2 mercied out matches on this one. It feels like you barely started warming the seat up for us, Julian.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Try to make games exciting. Get in, get out, have fun with it.
You bring the blowouts.
But yeah, it's always been a pleasure. Definitely, I know normally we definitely have a little bit more airtime. Get to talk about the plays a little bit more. The few players that we were able to highlight, they were definitely sticking out in a really awesome way. So, definitely 2 good games to watch.
This is a real Julian tease for the audience. I'm sorry, you guys. You're going to get so little airtime with him for this match.
Hey, never know. You guys will probably see me tomorrow.
Oh, God. God, I hope so.
Yeah,
it's great.
So we got 2 big games tomorrow. We got Clutch City Oilers, and then we've got New York Wrecking Crew. So that will be streamed here.
Yep.
That's going to be a big one for sure.
That's tough teams, man.
Yeah, I mean, really, as I said before, it's 5 dudes with guns. It doesn't really matter the rankings, truly, because it's anyone's day, it's anyone's game. And it's what we always say, it's always 0-0 because you can see on this field, doesn't matter what division, you can have a team throw you a couple different curveballs in a row, and if you don't have the personnel and the ability to read and react, then you're going to be on your heels the whole time.
When you say that, it makes me think of cornerbacks in the NFL. They're supposed to have a no short-term memory. Mm-hmm. So, if you could have your paintball team with all your players go out every point and feel like it's 0-0 and just do what let the coach worry about the tactical situation, and as a player, you just do what you're told and don't get nervous over the game situation. So, Anyways, that was a fast point. We will be getting Julian back in the booth so you can get more of him, less of me, hopefully, for everybody involved. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back, play some more paintball. I think we got WNXL on the backside of this.
Yep, that we do.
Thank you so much. Welcome back. I'm Matt Falby. I'm here with Dan Sensi. Dan, introduce yourself to the hungry audience.
Yeah, my name's Dan Sensi.
Oh, that's it? Come on, there's more than that. There's so much more to Dan than you know.
Yeah, I'm playing with Miami Effect this year. Well, less about me, more about what's about to happen.
All right, we're about to watch Fithy Few versus Revolution. This is D5. There is a Mercy 3 rule. If you've been here all day, you've probably seen both these teams play already. Fithy Few, my observations is they make great secondary and tertiary moves.
Revolution losing a snake player on the break. He got shot in the pack just before the snake. And now Fithy Few moving into the snake. And I don't think that Revolution has picked them up.
Fithy Few has really good movement. They're going to lose their snake tower, though.
Yeah, so we have a 4-on-4 situation, it looks like. And I don't really see anybody for Revolution defending the snake right now.
No.
And I'm curious. Yep, there we go. I'm going to play it safe and only go one at a time, though.
Fithy Few could maybe do a little bit better job of communication. If I have to be critical, it's that I'm not hearing much chatter. There we go. He's got backup. He's making his moves.
Oh, and he just got picked up.
Oh, what a shame.
So I like the idea.
Yeah, he did so much work.
Perkins here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that at all because that snake tower had been playing inside most of the match.
That is what that snake tower was designed to do in this layout. It was to catch snake players moving through a couple different bumps.
Yeah.
And it did its job there.
So the Revolution player from the tower moving forward into the center wedge. And he might catch him as well. He's doing a very good job checking things off, but that center wedge is difficult to check off in this gap.
The Revolution player came on the tower, came off of it. Yeah, he's going to make that jump.
He gets through, going to get a gunfight, and
he loses his teammate behind him.
And did I just see a minor penalty?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think
Geldof overextends a little bit. He's kind of caught in no man's land.
But he's calm. He's calm. Look at how calm he is.
I love
he's
that.
He's okay with it.
I love that.
There are what's up.
So
and he knows
many.
He's got a teammate in the Dorito 2. And there it is. Geldof picking up that last body.
So many Revolution players walking off there at the end. Geldof only had to worry about that that Dorito 50.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Yeah.
So what I've seen so far of the D5 division, Fithy Few just looks like what you just observed, the calmness in that no man's land situation. They just look more veteran than the other D5 teams.
Okay.
I'm not accusing them of roster manipulation, but they just look more veteran for some reason.
Well, it was calm. Everybody did their job. Their movement looked great. Like of what I saw, the only thing I could have seen is that whoever the Snake 2 player is, Geldof, is that when he moved into the rear brick here, the mini brick, is that he stayed on that Snake tower while his teammate moved forward, because then then they'd have both of them alive.
Yep.
He got bored shooting at the Snake tower at nothing, pulled his gun down and reloaded down the wire. Then his friend went and got shot.
Got blown up. Yeah.
All you had to do was just stay on that because they had the whole side to themselves. So we are back with Protocol and Cerberus.
20 seconds.
For both these teams, I believe this is their third match of the day. I think Protocol might still be looking for their first win. I'd have to go back. Cerberus on your left. Cerberus in the red and black jerseys. Cerberus flying up the middle of the field and out to D1, all alive.
Protocol going all the way to Dorito 3 on the break.
Into Snake. Oh, no, he takes one on the visor. Protocol's going to lose their Snake player.
Really tall tower shooting down into that spot.
Yep.
Protocol losing another player. Avoids a talking minor.
He got it or he avoided it?
He avoided it.
Well, then
he started talking to a ref, and the ref was like, get off the field.
Well, the ref was being merciful.
What is D5?
True. Cerberus getting a check in the Snake. He's going to get pulled.
Is out.
No flag. Maybe the refs are in mercy mode right now.
Well, I mean, he's got shot in his side,
Yeah,
didn't know.
Yeah.
So Protocol picking up a couple bodies to even things up and moving into the snake unseen again. I think we have a 2-on-2 situation.
For Cerberus, we've got the D2. And that might be it.
I thought I saw another body out there. Protocol now has the 50 snake and the Dorito 3. Interesting. Oh, did he shoot him?
Yeah,
yes,
he got him.
did.
He got him in the first 2 or 3 balls. And that should be it. Protocol should be able to walk this in.
Well,
Oh, no, I take it in the middle. I forgot in the middle.
You don't step on any landmines.
No,
and he
there it is.
and he lost the individual
Yep.
engagement to the Dorito side. So,
I believe this is Brandon Coffer. He's going to finish it out. Number 44 for Protocol.
yes. And
All right. Protocol's going to go up 1-0. Long point. That was about a 4-minute point.
didn't feel that long.
Now, you know what? D5 might start at 10 minutes. That was not a 4-minute point. They I could be wrong. I think
I imagine the D5 rulebook has some modifications to it.
Yeah, there's some differences, including Mercy 3 rather than Mercy 5.
So there was a couple times I thought a protocol player in the Snakeside Tower got shot because of their jerseys. They have a neon green jersey print on their jersey, and some of these paint companies are hedging towards green in their yellows.
Okay.
Might be something that.
So you think they're getting pulled on non-hits?
I don't know if they're thinking about if they're getting pulled on non-hits, but I think they might be getting checked on non-hits
Yep.
and giving themselves away.
For the same reason that I hate it when I watch players with the folded-up squeegee.
The green one?
That has the green connecting elbow, and
Mm-hmm.
it's sitting there right there on their thigh. It's such a draw of attention for the refs.
And like sometimes those look like hits, and it's just the squeegee.
From across the field, it does. All right, thanks again to one of our sponsors, Paintball for Purpose. They're a charity. I believe they're working with Protocol this weekend. They have a booth here if you'd like to visit.
We're back to Filthy Few and Revolution. Revolution taking a very conservative breakout with only 4 players.
Yeah, only 4 players. I don't know if they just got late to the box or if there's a penalty.
Oh.
They're going to lose their snake runner. Revolution down to just 3 bodies
Yeah.
alive.
The Filthy Few might be Geldorf again. 6. He was just being real strong on his zone and ran right into it.
Looks like Revolution taking that 50 over there in the Dorito, and he's about to turn it and do damage.
Yes, he is. He shoots one. He shoots another. Gets picked up, but he did his damage. He picked up 2 bodies there for sure.
Revolution now taking the 50 stand-up wedge over there on the Dorito side.
And
40-yard line wedge.
it's another
Middle.
body, and they know there's a snake.
Oh, the snake is in trouble. He is not aware
They
of the
knew
danger.
there was a snake, but it's acting like they don't now.
Yeah, he is in trouble, and that's it. That is a great turnaround game for Revolution. They started with only 4 bodies to kick the game off.
Absolutely. And they were the first death as well.
And they immediately lost their player running out to the snake corner, and still with a 3-on-5, they turned it around.
Great work by the initial Dorito player to recognize that, hey, nobody's looking over here. I can take some ground and get some free bodies back.
Do a ton of damage. All right, nicely done, Revolution. We're going to jump back over to the Protocol versus Cerberus.
It's easy to know who's out here when they cross in front of you.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I miss the days of loaders having to have numbers.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, that made it so much easier to do this job.
I mean,
That-
ref, you just stopped a player. I understand you're helping, but like,
Trying to get to the box.
yeah.
That said, there's some wee ones over there in Cerberus.
Yeah, I walked by them coming in, and they're kids.
Yeah, they're youngins. Good for them. Get out there.
Yeah, 12-year-old on the roster. Ricky Posada, I think he's out there.
Protocol on the left. Looks like they're 5 alive. 5 alive. No, 4
And
alive for
Cerberus losing the snake player on the break. It's unfortunate.
Oh, I think Protocol might be about to lose their back player. Yep, there it is. They lost their back player, so 4-4.
Oh, Cerberus taking a minor from their snake insert.
That is not going to help the cause. Protocol rushing the middle, up the snake, up the Dorito side. They're just
applying pressure.
Yeah, they're just finishing it out. Blood is in the water. The piranhas are on the
24.
move.
Corsica?
Yep, Corica.
Oh.
I mean, that flag helped, but man, that was a rollover by Cerberus over Protocol. I'd take it back. Protocol over Cerberus.
You have Revolution back out.
All right, game tied up, 6.5 on the clock. Again, we've got a 3-point mercy rule. We're not even closing in on that. I could easily see this entire match ending.
This could go to time.
Yeah. Well, I could see this match ending, let's say, 3-2. That's my prediction. I don't know who's going to have the 3, but I'm going to say 3-2. That like right? That'd be 3 more games, 6.5 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. Please don't bet any money on that. I don't know if there's prop bets available in Vegas, but
coming after you.
Yeah, I will not be held responsible. All right, Filthy Few on your left, Revolution on your right, Revolution in the red jerseys, Filthy Few in the white jerseys. Filthy Few I expect to see aggressive over here on the snake side.
Revolution stepping into the blind zone to shoot the snake. Losing their wide snake player. It's unfortunate.
Revolution 5 alive for the moment. They are getting a check on the snake corner, though. Called clean. That stopped his movement. He did not want to stop there, but he had to stop to ask for a check. He wanted to go right into the snake.
Revolution losing another player out of the middle.
Filthy
the
Few.
dominoes are starting to fall.
Filthy Few into the snake and up the 50 on the right side. The snake side stand-up wedge. Yeah, bodies are just peeling off.
And there's another one that you haven't seen walking off yet. So I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies dead for Revolution. So Filthy Few coming in here. It is only the snake insert left. And it is at 5-on-1. Yeah. I mean, you horn this. You have to horn this.
Yeah. Save your last guy. Save him the pain.
It is 5-on-1. I don't even mean the pain. Just
there you go. Save the clock.
Save the clock. Save the pit cleanup. Save the paint.
Yep.
Just like.
Why leave that poor soul in there to get absolutely destroyed, which means you're going to have to spend a lot of time toweling him down and wiping him off all these hits.
It's the whole – it's not just save him the pain. Like paintball, you get shot, it hurts.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's the process of what all of those shots become later.
The workload for your pit crew?
Workload for the pit crew is huge.
Yeah.
Which goes into a greater of like the attitude of the pit as a whole. Are you freaking out? Are you not? Are you calm? What do you need? All that stuff.
I'm going to ask a trivia question of you, a
veteran
player. Of dirty hangs, where a player hits the buzzer, the ref comes over, finds the dirty. How many do you think are fresh hits versus I forgot to wipe that off? What percentage? This isn't a trap question. I don't know what the answer is.
I mean, I would say almost 0%.
0% they're old hits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a referee is almost always going to find it eventually while you're out there moving around.
Well, I see. For me, it feels like most of the dirty hang hits I see are tucked inside of pod flaps and deep in, and those can often be, I forgot to wipe it or I didn't notice it. Wow.
Just going for it. Let's go, baby.
He does not care whether he gets a kill or not or survives. I think he might have peeled a body off with him, though.
I mean, he was enough of a distraction. I really would have liked to see them pair that with an aggressive something else somewhere else.
Well, they did make their moves. Cerebus made their moves, but they waited until well after that run through, so they kind of missed out on the window.
Now,
oh no, their penalties are going to peel off.
No.
Oh my God, that had to be a major.
That was real nice of the ref.
Yeah, sir.
Because Cerberus is done. There's no more bodies.
No. And they're about to get mercy. That was just, other than the run through, it went horribly, horribly wrong for Cerberus.
Love the thought process again, though. Throw a left hook, try and see what we can do here.
So, I mean, to Cerberus' credit, the run-through worked in the sense of it pulled a body, so you got a 1-for-1 with no penalty. your back players did move up, but they waited a bit too long. They didn't truly use it for the distraction that it would have been. And then I don't know what kind of major somebody got over there, but that was a knife to the throat.
If as that guy, the first guy runs through the center, and as he's approaching the first center wedge on the way, the next set of bodies needs to flow.
Yeah.
So they're right there. So as he runs through the center, it pulls all those guns. All the zones they were defending are now wide open.
Go, go, go.
And you go.
In the olden days of paintball, playing 10-man way back in the day, we had a rabbit call, and that meant if you heard me yell rabbit, I was about to get up and just run. When I recognized that the field
Something's happening.
The field was locked up, right? It was getting really hard to make any moves. I'm going to call my number. I'm going to run through the middle, never pull my trigger so there's no penalty, and I'm just going to take as many shots as possible, and that leaves my teammates free to move upfield. With 5-on-5, that's losing a body just to do that may not be worth it. With 10 on 10, you throw in a body weight.
But on this field, if it opens up the snake and you get it by yourself, it's absolutely worth it.
That's true. That's true.
The Doritos also pretty good. It's not quite as good, but it's still another. And then you get your guy in the snake, and that'll probably pull a secondary gun over from the other side, and then you have that side to move on.
I think it's a little bit harder to wrap the outside of the Dorito brick on this field because you're very likely to have a Dorito gun in line.
In front of you, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to wrap and do a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that's why it's not quite as good.
Now, that said, if you take the brick and you look crosswise, staying behind the brick, the tower is in the snake side tower is in a lot of danger from you, and that mini temple on the snake, the snake insert bunker is absolutely dead to the
that's why you should be shooting the bounce shot off of the brick.
Yeah. Oh, to try to get him out of there?
Well, just so he can't shoot back at you.
Yeah.
At minimum. All right, Revolution on our left, Filthy Few on our right. We are in a 1-2 game. Let's see what Revolution pulls out to try and tie this up.
Revolution taking less risks on the run out. They're going up the middle, but not wide.
Filthy Few to the snake on the break. They have it on their own. And now the Filthy Few's
no one is looking
insert bunker is now strong on the lane.
There is one player for Revolution looking snake side. He's up the middle.
Is he hit? Is the snake player for Filthy Few hit?
Yeah,
he
apparently.
is.
Okay.
Oh, that may have been deserving of a penalty.
That's a big kill for Revolution.
His hit is in his back.
Not on his pack?
Not on his pack. It's in his back.
Did he pull his trigger?
He did not, but that's not the rule. The rule says a player playing the game with a hit on them is a minor penalty.
Right. I think the refs have a discretion. If they feel they saw the hit occur and they can get to you before you do affect the game, they're allowed to pull you without a penalty. But I'm not sure if
it's always ref discretion.
Oh
wow. So
right
close.
into a gun.
Yeah, that center brick.
Doing a lot of damage.
Let's see what happens.
Nice counter move by Revolution.
Right.
They take this
I'm trying to count
wedge.
all of the Filthy Few players walking off. It's just chaos out here.
Yeah.
It's a 2-on-1 maybe?
Oh.
Nope, 1-on-1?
No, there's still a live Dorito player for Revolution.
Okay, what?
Revolution snuck the backside, came in the back door, and hit the buzzer.
Yep. Okay. So he hit the buzzer. They blew the point dead, and then Geldof was able to put paint on him.
We've seen, that's probably the third or fourth game today I've seen, where the Dorito side has managed to sneak around the backside, hit the buzzer with players still live over here in the snake.
On our field, it happened with 3 players alive.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. They were lined up on the snake side, and they were shooting the Dorito side, but he had moved in front of it unseen, and the dude just went, no, 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 and hit the buzzer.
Was that against Miami Effect? Or
no, it wasn't us.
Okay.
It was we were getting ready.
That's demoralizing. If that's
to turn around and see a buddy hit, and there's like 3 of you alive.
That is demoralizing.
That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, again, the center cluster of all this busyness, I've seen a bit of sneaky stuff going on here. There's a lot of vision blocking, and you can get away with some.
It's very, very difficult to track bodies.
Yeah, you can get away with some sneakiness. All right, well, we are 57 seconds to 2v2. No, score is 2v2. 4 minutes on the clock. That's plenty of time. Oh, well, what did I say? I thought this was going to end 3-2. I think this might end up.
Well, we still have 5 minutes a game, 4 minutes a game.
I know, so I'm wrong.
This might be more like 5-6.
4-2, 5-3, something. I don't know. We'll see.
I think there's going to be 7 total points played.
All right.
I'm not going to call a winner yet because we're deadlocked.
I'll say 6. I'll say there's 6 total points played. I think it's going to end 4-2.
So we have Revolution on our right and Filthy Few on our left.
10 seconds to go.
Let's see what they break out. Do you go conservative here? Do you attack?
You know, Filthy Few is so good at making their secondary bumps, I don't think they have to take big risks on the run out.
And they do go conservative.
Oh, they immediately lose one of their players up the middle.
Revolution losing their snake player.
And a penalty. Penalty over there on Revolution.
Did you blow this? 2 on 4?
With this time on the clock? I think maybe. Yeah, I think maybe that's a good idea.
Just kind of just reset and go again?
Yeah.
Yeah, blow it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now you do. There it is.
You had a bad breakout. It wasn't even like terrible. It just
Fell
because you
apart.
did shoot somebody on the break, but immediately thereafter the wheels fell off, which happens.
We have a very high percentage in this commentator's booth of calling the ref. Calling the coach's buzzer towel about 5 seconds before the coaches do. Now that's because we have better vision than
Yeah, they only
even the
see half
coaches.
of it.
They can't see it all, but they're pretty damn good. And I can't count the number of times today I've said you need to hit the towel, and like 3 seconds later the coach is like, all right, yeah. I
Well,
agree.
the little towel buzzers do take a couple seconds to like activate. You have to like hold it on there.
You got to fight with it a little
And,
bit.
like it sucks because
Yeah.
if you're down and you're conceding points, you want every possible second. But
You're
also, I know why they don't. It's because if you're like holding it there and you accidentally tap
Right.
it, they don't want the instantaneous.
Yeah.
But it's like 3 or 5. You hold it on there and it
Should-
takes a second to register.
Should it be the kind of thing that you have to like lift a glass cover to reach?
I would prefer to see like a button like we have on the over here, but
Yeah.
up on the net, and the only person allowed to touch it is the coach in the coach's box.
Would it go off accidentally by being on the net?
No, like facing us though. So the button's on like the post facing us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. On the post though, not
Yeah.
on the actual.
Not.
moving
I just
net.
mean like up there. So if we want to concede, just
Yeah. Fair enough.
concede it. And the only person allowed to touch it is the rostered coach.
Yeah. Has there ever been any controversy over that?
Over the rostered coach?
Over who hits the towel? There's no controversy over that. I don't.
Not usually, but
Yeah.
sometimes do we towel? Do we not towel? And somebody just makes an executive decision, and
Yeah.
then you yell about it later.
I think originally the idea of those towel buzzers is that each coach would be issued that magnetic key fob, and he was the only one that would have access to it. And then we probably lost so many of them. We were like, you know
There's
what?
like 6 hanging up next to the buzzers
Yeah, we're just
now.
going to leave it tied to it.
Filthy Few on the right. They potentially can put this game away with.
Oh,
a win right
false
now.
start. There's no way he's getting away with that one. Yeah, Revolution, like a 5-step false start. And they're going to lose their snake runner.
But here's the thing: Filthy Few has lost 2 bodies on the break as well.
All right, 3-on-3 then.
3 on 3. Great penetration up the center from Revolution. He's looking for it, and they know the kill count. Oh,
Double-
he just got picked up in the pack. Oh, tank.
Yep, so Revolution's going to lose another player. It's 2-on-3.
Yes, it is. Still, Revolution's in a better attacking spot. But if they know where he's at,
Another body walking off for Filthy Few.
2 on 2. Now, here's the thing. This Barrios up here in the center knows where the other center body is. And he's looking for it. The Revolution center body doesn't.
He's going to launch.
Oh, and he throws his body away.
Yep, total waste. It's going to be 2-on-1.
Perkins in the 50 snake.
All alone.
All by himself. And he should lose here because the
He's in an
Revolution
awful-
player just
yeah.
moved forward and got a better angle.
Wow, that was oh no, there's going to be a minor.
I don't think that was an overshooting penalty.
Is that what they're trying to call?
Yes, that is. Because as he got shot, and then the back player on the Dorito side was throwing a couple extra balls down here.
Okay.
And the dude walked into him.
Okay.
So they're calling an unsportsmanlike or overshooting or because
yeah.
overshooting's not in the rule book.
No, but it's not. Yeah, it's under the generic unsportsmanlike.
It was
category.
like 4 paintballs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so hold on. So, and this is not. I'm saying what just happened, but I will not define how many paintballs hit them as the only criteria for whether it's an unsportsmanlike overshooting. And hear me out. What I mean by that is if there's a time gap, if a player gets shot, calls himself out, stands up, he's walking off the field, and when it's been 5 seconds since he's left his bunker, he's up against the net, and somebody decides to put 4 in his back, that's intentional. Even though it's only 4, that's intentional. I would do unsportsmanlike for that. And I'm not saying that's what just happened.
Right.
But I'm just saying the amount of paint is not the only criteria for unsportsmanlike.
I mean, I agree with you. Unsportsmanlike is the amount of paint. The location of it is a big one. Where are you physically on the field is a big one. Like, I'm a center player. I get trade out of the center with 2 paintballs, and I'm going to take 40 walking off.
Just trying to get off.
Just trying to get off. My own team is shooting me too.
Absolutely. You're just trying to walk through the chaos.
Like, you just...
Yeah. And again, that's why I wouldn't just define how many hit as the only criteria for that.
But
By the way...
Don't get me wrong. There are teams that will chase you off the field. And because of the chaos...
Yep, they can get away with it.
They get away with it.
By the way, we had a suspension today on this field.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Player bunkered.
Somebody punched somebody?
No, player bunkered the last remaining player in that little mini Dorito in the snake corner. He started shooting at the... What I'm told by the refs is he started shooting at the base of the spine and worked his way up to the back of the head, in very slow, methodical manner. It was not just a oopsie; it was intentional. And so they not only did they get a penalty,
do that.
Yeah, suspension. So
you absolutely cannot lift your gun to a player's head. If you start at their head, throw 2 paintballs, you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, you come around the bunker quickly, you don't know, and it's
You can't trail your gun. If you run by the player and you trail your gun and you're still shooting, you're gonna get a penalty.
You're gonna get it. All right. Well, I don't know if that means that Filthy Few is going to start. Are they going to start down by Revolution? Going to start down by a body?
Yeah, I don't know, because Revolution obviously got the point.
Yeah, so they would have had to have enough to fill the penalty, otherwise they wouldn't get the point.
Right, and it's only a minor.
Yeah,
we're above the. They had 2 bodies alive, so
right. We've got more than a minute
they
on
only
the clock.
pulled 1 body though, because it was a dead. Effectively, it's like a dead ball foul.
So if
the player that gets the minor just gets pulled.
Exactly.
They had another body, so they should have 5 out there.
Yeah, and they probably do.
They do.
Okay. We could have just went and counted the box instead of having that whole conversation.
They've got 12-year-old. I don't think he's out there, actually.
Yeah.
But
we're not smart enough to simply look at the field and count the numbers in the box. All right, here we go. 2.5 minutes, 3 points each.
Revolution all the way to the snake on the break, but they are mirrored up.
Filthy Few into snake 1. He's going to drop and crawl.
The snakeside tower for Revolution is shooting down into that.
He missed the shot, though.
I think he was shooting in front of that spot.
Yeah. He was looking for the outside.
He was looking for the outside.
Revolution up to the brick. 50 brick over here on the snake.
Gets his first one.
Home is going to take a walk for Filthy.
Yeah, so that snakeside tower for Revolution needed to be shooting his gun at the front of those.
Revolution also pushing up that Dorito side. Oh my God.
Who's going to shoot first and give themselves away?
Oh, this is going to hurt.
Shadow.
No. Yep.
There it is.
There's
Great read. Shadows, man.
Yep.
Oh, and just loses his gunfight.
What a shame. You do something great, then you just kind of casually get picked.
What a great play by number 8 here, though. He won his gunfight on the wire and immediately bumped out and to stem the bleeding.
And it's working.
And
now that's it.
He absolutely just made life way harder for Revolution.
He's on his own, though, in the worst bunker on the field.
Yeah, that's not fun. I don't like that bunker.
No, Diablo de Muerto. It's the bunker of death.
It's so hard to live in a small Dorito anyway, but when it's on the back line, the angle the paint comes in is so steep.
There's nowhere to hide.
It's just, So Revolution winning here.
Yeah, they're up, and there's only a minute and 14. They could lock it up and stop it. Filthy Few.
I don't know if I would.
You think you'd attack?
I think I would send the idea of an attack.
Yeah.
It's so hard to stop this field from the back spots. Just because you can block out so many things. You can't see bodies. You can't see this.
Yeah.
So you need to be in positions to see those things. And when you can't, bad things happen.
Yeah. So you don't think that you can effectively stop a Zerg rush through the middle here?
Oh, you can, but you have to be looking for it.
Yeah.
But if they're going to sprint through the center, you can have your snake insert and your Dorito insert shooting inside looking for that, and you can still run to the snake on the break or up the center to the center wedge.
Yeah.
You can still do all of those things and see those bodies coming through the center and still be in a position to attack on the outsides. Because what you don't want to happen is to give the other teams completely the outsides.
That said, most low clock games tend to be won through the middle. So I think your first instinct, which is to shut down the middle run-throughs, is probably the best. You know what I saw PB Fit do a ton, not last year, but the year before on semi-pro, is when they were winning in a situation like this, so they were up a point, there's a minute on the clock, they would be the ones that would act as if they had to score a point in 30 seconds. So many PB Fit run-throughs when they're winning the game, it was such a backward strategy.
Well, it throws a wrench in the other team's plan. They're like, they're going to sit and shoot, and PB Fit's going to say, no, we're not.
It totally threw them off, yeah.
And those guys' gun skills is
amazing.
So good.
Amazing. All right, well, Filthy Few, they got a minute 14 to come up with something. Oh, God, Revolution's late to the box. Go, 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 go.
They'll make it.
Yeah, 5-4. They're good.
Okay, Filthy Few, 5 alive.
Revolution pushing up the middle.
I like it.
Filthy is not being aggressive enough right now. They're sitting back too much.
Right. So, yeah, if
we're at a minute.
We need. Now they're in the snake. Oh, but Filthy Few getting a minor.
That's it.
That could. 60 seconds. Revolution needs to press the issue on the Dorito
now,
side.
there's 2 players left alive for Filthy.
Revolution into the 50 Dorito.
Yeah.
He should wrap it.
He should just chill. Make him shoot at him. Just chill.
Revolution is starting to creep up the field.
Yeah.
Losing one, though.
36 seconds.
Not.
Another player. That's just one player.
It's 1-on-1, 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But again, we're down to 25 seconds. They need to figure it out.
Well, there's one player.
Do they know? Does Revolution know there's one player alive?
They definitely know there's.
The Dorito 50 is playing the wire way down there like there's a Dorito 1.
But the Revolution has crossed the 50, and there's a player looking at the snake only, completely leaving his body exposed to everywhere else. He knows that the snake's hit.
There's 7 seconds left, and they're just chilling. They're just walking down the field.
Yeah, that's all they need. All right, well, Filthy Few, if any shot they had, it evaporated with that flag. That was the end
What
of it.
I'm advocating for is play the situation to make that player's life harder.
Yep.
And get another point. Make them concede again and go again. Because the worst thing that happens is they get the next one and they get 1 point, and you're back to your current position.
But you also might get better point differential
for your future, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is you press the issue on that point because it's a 3-on-1, shoot him, and just wait by the buzzer and get a new point. And you get +1.
True.
So it's not a complete mistake. It's just can you create a better outcome
Could
for
it be
yourself?
a little bit better? All right, well, that is going to wrap up that match. We want to thank Hydra Fit. We didn't thank them enough this match. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. If you get a chance, go check out the Hydra booth. They have one here. They came out with a new pack towards the end of last year.
And excellent knee pads.
That actually lets you have a pack built for your size instead of just generically they're all the same size, which is a huge thing the sport needs to do more of. And knee pads, which Dan knows a thing or two about needing to protect his knees, according to this giant brace. Thank you so much for joining us this match. We're going to take a little bit of break. We're going to come back, and we're going to watch some WNXL action. Dan, we're going to have you back here. This is not the end of your tour of duty here. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, we are back here at the NXL. I'm Matt. Introduce yourself, my new co-host.
Hi, guys. I'm Bella from New Jersey High Rollers. We just had 2 good matches. Shout out Dizana.
2-0. They're 2-0.
Dizana. We love our jerseys, so we're very thankful for them.
Here we go. Upstate Avalanche versus Revolution on our first bout.
It looks like we have 5 alive on each side.
Yep. Avalanche chooses to spread across the back and send 1 up to this all-important snake tower. First player walking off for Revolution. They're losing a backline player. 5-4 advantage for Avalanche. Avalanche doesn't immediately respond to that. Actually, the Avalanche player playing in the open, he's now doubling up that D1 with his teammate. That is not straight out of the dictionary. I don't know what he's doing.
That's called battle buddies.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get out of my bunker, dude.
So it looks like no teams have the snake right now. So this snake is a very deadly snake.
Yep.
That little temple player is now pushing into the snake right now.
There you go.
And
Avalanche now into it. That's number 44, Eric Valenzuela. Eric has been doing. Eric and his brother Edwin have been doing a lot of work over here on the snake today.
Well, it's been a long, hot day today.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's Florida. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
I don't want to cut out your complaining. I get you. I'm sitting here in a shaded commentator's booth all day, but it could have been worse. Oh, a drop back by Avalanche. Maybe that's just to give him a better chance to get in the snake. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that.
Now, there is truly nothing stopping their snake player for Avalanche to just get low and work his way down into this 50 brick. And Revolution
There it is.
up, and they
Towel
toweled it. It's a good move. Save the time.
So, frankly, I think Avalanche could have been a little more aggressive because what Revolution did not take is the tower over here on the snake side. I think the tower is one of your... You can correct me. You're on the field playing.
Yeah.
My impression is the tower is one of the best places to slow down the snake, the bumps from the snake. It's not
Yes.
perfect, but it's pretty good.
Not perfect, but it's pretty good. If you have someone who's pretty good, who's not afraid of the lanes coming over their head, they definitely can stay low and go, but definitely can control them at the 50. But, yes, it is a very deadly snake bunker.
All right, Bella, what else do you think about this field?
Oof. I really like this field. I like that we finally stood these big wedges up in the air. Give us some rooms, give us some looks down the center. And this middle, not too many people have been really solidly playing the middle. I've seen a couple people send one or two, but I haven't seen anything crazy over the middle yet.
We've been seeing bodies go up to it, but the survivability once you're there is not great.
Yes.
It's a little tough to survive in there, although you can stop moving up the Druida side and the snake side using them. Well, here we go on our next match. Filthy Few versus Protocol. Filthy Few on your left.
And Filthy just lost that body going up to that snake temple, so that's a big body to drop.
Are you saying that because he's really tall?
They're going to fill it again, which is great.
And they're into the snake now. So Filthy Few pushing the snake. They got snake tower control. Frankly,
Protocol is also in the snake.
and they've pushed up the middle. They got a crawler up the middle into the snake. I'm sorry, into that X in the middle.
Filthy just lost their second guy out of that tower, so it's a 3-on-5, I believe.
Nobody on Filthy's aware. There's going to be a run through.
And
Does he do
is he
it
alive?
clean? I think he might be clean. The refs are going to tell us if we're wrong here in a second. No, the refs are calling him out.
Nope.
Okay. No penalty, though. That dangerous move, no penalty. However, during that confusion, it looks like every other Filthy Few player took a walk.
Yes, Protocol's coming down into their Doritos, rounding the corner. Yep, so that's going to go to Protocol.
This is why I like watching D5.
Yeah.
It's a little wilder.
Yeah.
Things
yeah.
are a little bit more interesting, a little bit less, I don't know, controlled.
That's cool that we got some D5 guys out here on this field getting some looks. They get the cameras. They get to rewatch their points, which is huge going into tomorrow, especially if you don't do as well today and you want to try to fix some stuff.
You can use today as a little bit of an experiment.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm going to take a moment to say thanks to one of our sponsors, and that is Ballsack. You can go to ballsack.com, check out their version 2.0, which is essentially a one case of paint replacement for your old school caddies. It has lots of features like a roll down lip for make it waterproof. It can hold a full case. We experimented with drawing pods off of it. No loss of it. I'm really impressed. I really do like it. I've never been a huge caddy fan. I apologize to everybody else, but I like this.
Yeah.
This
I saw those guys. They were riding around on a bicycle today, weren't
Are they really?
I think so.
Can't afford a rental card. That's another reason that you should pre-order
Yes.
at ball-sack.com.
Get them a cart or something.
Yeah, they are struggling. Buy them a meal if you see them.
All right, so back on the field we have Revolution versus Upstate Avalanche. One of the Avalanche players is taking a walk now. Home was getting checked, but it looks like he's good.
Revolution in that middle standing wedge. The snake tower behind it. D1, home, and the snake insert bunker.
So Avalanche has broken the snake, and it looks like the Revolution player wants to, and he did not get in, but that's okay. Avalanche loses their home as well.
Stop defending him. It's not okay.
It's okay to make a mistake here and there. That's how we learn.
All right, so 4-4. Revolution does a little bit of a tactical drop back into that snake insert, probably trying to line himself up to get into the snake itself. There is nobody in the snake currently for either team. That's a big opportunity open. Nope, as I say that.
Nope, Avalanche has been in there.
And,
He's been hiding in the back, though.
Trace Muzzy walks in, or also known as T-Money, walks in there for Revolution. So now it's, you're right, they're mirrored up in the snake. Trace is going to take that snake brick, though. He's not aware of where that opponent is in the snake with him. Oh, he picks off the pack on the back line of Avalanche. Now the Avalanche player on the snake knows he's going to try to drop back. That usually doesn't work.
So the snake player just bounced back because this Revolution player's in the 50. It's a little bit better to battle him from that little brick.
Yeah, it's not a bad drop back, although that said, he's really outnumbered at this point. I think it's falling apart for him fast. Oh, there's a movement up to the D3 from Upstate Avalanche. And a sideways movement by Revolution trying to mirror it.
Yeah, number 13 really put the gas on there to get out there. Revolution just lost their home as well. But I believe, nope, the Avalanche player's still alive. And now he's gone. But I believe Avalanche might have somebody in the Doritos. Unfortunately, I cannot see.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a 1-for-1 here. A 1-on-1, excuse me. Unless I'm mistaken, there was a player alive over there for.
There is one body walking out down below.
Oh, okay.
I apologize, guys.
Right.
We can't see that well. That Dorito side.
We're what you call bad at our jobs.
Yeah, not too good.
No. All right, that's it. Hey, great work by Trace over there for number 17 for Revolution. I'm sorry, for Avalanche.
That was a good point.
Yeah. No, it is Revolution. All right, Revolution needed that bounce back game. We're going to watch Protocol versus Filthy Few. Protocol up by 1, almost 9 minutes on the clock, which is forever in paintball terms.
Yes. So Filthy Few is actually from our home field at Quick Shot in New Jersey. Yes. We love Filthy. So.
What's the name of your home field?
Quick Shot.
Quick Shot, New Jersey.
Yes.
Thank you for helping out High Rollers. So thank you for BKI for sponsoring.
Yes, they actually just rebuilt some of their fields and did some nice drainage, so they're nice and dry, and been great.
Well, thanks a lot. All right, Protocol's going to be on your left, Filthy Few on your right. If I'm remembering correctly, earlier in the day I was praising Filthy Few highly for their secondary moves. They were a team that was doing a great job taking their secondaries and third bunkers.
Yes.
It just looked very controlled and very smooth for a D5 team.
Oh, double home for Filthy, sending one far out into, wow, they broke both corners, Dorito and all the way into the snake.
Protocol 5 alive. They earned a snake 1. Snake tower, D1. Snake is going to immediately slide up there to S3.
Filthy just lost 2 bodies.
Protocol
3 bodies, actually. Sorry.
No, Protocol up in S2. They lose their first body up the middle. Oh, that's going to hurt. Wrong time to make that move. They go right into a gun. This is number 24, Weston Karika. And that's all it's going to take.
Smart towel.
Yeah, I got no problem with that one.
Yeah. So Filthy was actually beating us up in practice a little bit. I will give a shout out to them.
You heard it here first. Filthy Few beat women.
Yes, they beat women. Shame them. Shame them. No, they're a great camp. They've been doing a lot of work, which is awesome to see. They have kids line D5, D4, and D3. So you'll be seeing them.
Yeah, that's a whole ass organization.
So up next we have Revolution and Upstate Avalanche, 1-1. So see who wants it more.
6 minutes on the clock. By the way, this is a Mercy 3 division, meaning if any team gets up by 3.
Mercy 3?
Yeah, the game is over. The match is over.
10 seconds.
All right, Revolution a little bit late to the box. No, a lot late to the box. Go, boy.
Lot. Yes.
There you go.
Look like they're doing 3 up the center. No, 1 is breaking out to the tower. Interesting move they did there.
Avalanche gets into D1, loses their player going to that D-side mini temple.
Revolution player in the snake tower getting a check, and he's good, as also Revolution lost their snake little temple.
Completely irrelevant to the game, but I just watched 2 paintballs collide in air from opposing players.
I love when that happens.
That's just freaking awesome.
So Revolution's home player just filled out Dorito away, not realizing that he lost his whole entire snake presence besides that tower. So interesting to see if Avalanche can capitalize on that. And
Avalanche has the guns over here on this side to control this side and allow their insert player to get in the snake. I mostly see these insert players go out to the snake corner instead of straight in the snake, and I don't like it. I would rather see them just go straight in the snake. Oh, they're going to lose their Dorito side player, though. So Avalanche's Dorito side is only being held by their home. That was a
big run. Big run. Oh, and he didn't make
for
it.
nothing.
Is that going to be a penalty?
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Major penalty.
That should be the end of that point.
Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting that it was a major because I don't think he killed somebody or shot his gun.
No, he didn't, unless the ref felt that during the run he took a hit that he intentionally threw his body on top of to try to wipe it off.
Yes.
Like you could get a penalty for a wipe just by using a slide or a dive to try to make that hit go away. So it's possible that's what the ref saw. I don't know.
I believe they are also starting with the body down. I think I just heard some. They might not be.
Well, then that would have, if that's the case, then that was a wipe. He's calling that a wipe. He's pulling 3 bodies for it.
Yes, I did hear our guy in red over here walking off saying they're starting a body down. So
wow. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's 100%, but we'll see.
It's also possible while he was running, he used his free hand away. I don't know. We're casting a lot of aspersions here.
Yes, making a lot of guesstimates.
But we're just trying to figure it out. All right, Filthy Few versus Protocol. Filthy Few on the left. They're down by 2. There's 8 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time. No panic mode yet. Your coach shouldn't be getting stupid yet.
Yes, and you said this is a Mercy 3. So
Mercy 3,
if Protocol does win this, Filthy will be done for this set. So let's hope that Filthy plays smart paintball and, really works together on this one.
Looks like we got a snake insert up the middle and Dorito 1 still doubled at home. 5 alive for Filthy.
Wow, Protocol just lost 2 off the break. Got 1 D side, 1 snake side.
That's what Filthy needed.
Super big for Filthy, trying to win this point to save them from getting mercied.
Filthy sliding out to the snake corner, now moving from home out to Temple. Filthy into snake 1. The Filthy Few snake towers putting paint on the snake when I don't think anybody's in there. I think they've got a little bit of confusion.
Filthy just lost their 2 on the snake side in the little temple, which is a little unfortunate, but at least he's got his guy in the tower here looking over.
Yeah, they're still able to push the snake, so not all hope is lost just with that death.
As you say, that Protocol does have somebody in the snake 1, which is good for them that they were able to fill out and get in there after losing their runner off the break.
Hunter Perkins here for Filthy Few, starting to slide up into that S3. He needs to peek around the corner, see if that tower is waiting for him. If not, go ahead and make the bump to that brick.
It looks like Protocol is making some moves on the Doritos. I think I just saw a body go into the 50. It's a big bunker to be in. You can see if we can get this little snake tower out.
Oh, this player's in a lot of trouble.
Had no idea.
Perkins blows him up. However, there's a run through by Protocol down the other side. Perkins has no idea.
Oh, he has no idea. Hit the buzzer, hit the buzzer. Oh.
I don't know. I think Perkins got him before the buzzer. Yeah, Perkins got him like a split second before the buzzer.
Wow.
You know what? He stopped to check himself, which in a normal situation is a good idea.
Yeah.
But not when you have a live player still in the field with you.
Yes, and they called it, I believe they're going to call it a dirty hang.
Not if the refs, it shouldn't be. If the refs are saying that he was hit before the buzzer was acknowledged, because they're letting Perkins play on, right? Which tells me the game is not over.
No.
I'm not sure what's going on. So if they're saying the buzzer was a dirty hang, the point should have stopped right then, even if it was dirty. And then
I did see an X go up though, and by the ref coming over to the snake to stop the. As
a bad hang.
Yes.
Okay.
That it was, I believe so, but I did hear Perkins rolling his gun before the beep, so I'm hoping some of them landed.
So either way, it should be a positive outcome for Filthy Few because Protocol will not have enough bodies to fulfill a dirty hang penalty, which will result in a swing point. It should flip back
correct.
over. So either way, Filthy Few is going to get that point.
Yes, hopefully.
Either way. Now, the question is, will they start down a body if it's considered a true dirty hang?
Yes, they should.
Yeah.
Yes, normally, I believe.
It feels a little unfair to call that a dirty hang and give a penalty because he was like literally hitting the button as he was shot.
Yes, it was very close. But in paintball rules, you should be able to pull your hand away.
Absolutely true. By the rules, it's the correct call by the refs. It's just really unfortunate if you're the protocol because it definitely was no intent to cheat there. It's just bad timing.
Yes. All right, so Revolution and Avalanche back at it again with 2-1 in favor of Revolution.
We got 4.5 on the clock. Plenty of time. I hate saying this, but I say this game. If you're Upstate Avalanche and you're going to lose this point, try to lose it in under 2 minutes.
Yes.
Because you're going to need that time.
Yes.
20 seconds.
I wouldn't wrap my game plan around how to lose a point quickly.
I won't be. I don't think we'll be hiring you as our coach, but it's fine for over here.
The window closed on me once again.
Yes.
All right, Revolution on your left in red.
Gun up all the way to the snake corner. We've been seeing. It's a 44, so we are still even on the field, which is nice when you want to try to either hold or push.
Revolution immediately up to the Dorito 50. He bypassed D2 and D3 and just went for it.
Avalanche does have a player in the snake.
This Revolution player up the middle in the Stars and Stripes jersey is not aware of the snake presence and is probably going to cost him his life.
I do wish that he would just get his head down and keep going and not try to look for those little tiny shots, but
there it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was a great move by Avalanche and also by Revolution. It was a good push. The right idea.
Yeah, I believe that's Tristan Connor. He just was not aware of the snake presence. All right, Revolution now at that Dorito side 50. They're also in the snake 1. That might be it. Nope, they also have the D2.
Number 45 is coming off for Avalanche. We just lost him as we were chatting over here.
So we still have the snake hot here for Avalanche. He's up at the snake 4. He's getting ready to bounce over to this brick. That might be it.
Tough call. But I'd rather a trade.
Yeah. Well, for the Avalanche, they can't afford that as a trade. They really needed that to be a kill. I think Revolution's going to push down this Dorito side, finish it out. That'll put them up 3-1. Hey, great news from Coach Matt. You managed to lose the game in under 2 minutes.
Yeah. Your game plan worked.
Yes.
Your game plan worked. They executed it well.
If you're a team out there that needs a coach that can teach you how to lose points in under 2 minutes, I'm your man. I work cheap, too. All right, we're going to jump back over to Protocol versus Filthy Few. Protocol up by 1 point, but with 6.5 minutes on the clock, and it's basically a tied game.
So Filthy Few was able to save their mercy rule, which is great for them. So I'm going to root for the underdogs at this point.
Thanks again to Paintball for Purpose. They do have a booth here if you're down here. Wander on over, take a look. They're working with Protocol, if I'm not mistaken. Run over to the booth. And thank you for sponsoring us.
20 seconds.
All right, I see 4 bodies there for Protocol. So they did have to swallow a penalty on that buzzer push.
Yes.
That's rough.
That's an advantage for Filthy Few to tie this game back up. So let's hope that they have a powerful breakout and can close this game. They send one far up the center to the 40 wedge, and he gets in clean.
Protocol 4 alive. They take the S1 and the D1. Home and the snake tower. Uh-oh. Nope, they're going to lose their snake, and it may be a penalty. There it is.
Filthy Few also losing one and getting a penalty, a minor. I'm not sure what it was for. Unfortunately, I can't see, guys. I'm sorry.
So Protocol took their own minor at the same time, so there's 2 Protocol players left alive.
Wow.
D1 and Snake Tower.
Filthy does have a Dorito Tower, or a Dorito Temple, and a home, as well as one in the snake.
They have an opportunity to win this one. No, they just lost their home, and there's going to be another penalty.
Penalty.
Oh, Filthy. Might you say that Filthy is playing dirty?
Pretty filthy, yeah.
I'm paid by the pun. It's kind of a bonus structure I got here.
It was a little bit of a dad joke. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's all I got. It's all I got. That's what you got. You don't like it, pay to get past the paywall. All right, Protocol versus Filthy Few.
Let's see. So Filthy and
Still
Protocol
have the
having a good battle through the center and the snake, I believe.
I think we're looking at a one-on-one right now.
Is it? I love one-on-ones.
Protocol moving up to that. Oh, no, he overextends. He wraps around the outside of it. Does he live? He lived. He should not have lived. An Avalanche player is checking his own head. Wow.
No.
Every part of that exchange should not have worked for Protocol, but somehow it did. It's the
No.
Filthy Few player taking the walk.
Dang.
Protocol is going to go up 3-1. Plenty of time left on the clock, though. We're at 4:44. All hope is not lost.
Still a great point, but that was very unfortunate. I could have sworn that he shot him on the first exchange, but he was safe, so good job on that Protocol player.
That said, penalties. Penalties.
Penalties. Yeah,
Yeah.
holy penalties.
Yeah, one minor you might be able to overcome in a point, but not 2 in the same
2.
point.
It was definitely a lot of penalties.
So early in the day when we watched some of this D5 play, the refs seemed to be like they were giving mercy to the D5. They're like, yeah, I'm just going to give you a warning and not give you a flag. Those days are over.
Yeah, they're over. They should know by now.
Yeah, the refs are throwing the laundry.
I mean, you do have some people in D5 who have been playing for like 30 years, so they should know by now.
Okay,
You know?
so by the way, you should know, over the age of 40, and I don't know why I'm bringing this up, when you get awarded points for a tournament, there's a multiplier that's below 1, meaning if you get like 100 points for winning a tournament, you actually only get 90 added to your APPA. And it's a sliding scale. The older you get, the less points you get
The
awarded.
less points?
for
What?
each.
You should give them more points. Some of these guys are out here
I'm just
putting
saying.
in a lot of work.
For us oldsters, we can not get ranked up.
So Avalanche had a big push to the 50 off the break, which is a really great move, as Revolution also gets a minor on the Dorito side.
Upstate Avalanche with 5 alive. They take this 50 standing wedge over here on the snake side. Now they're pushing up Dorito side. Now they've crossed the 50.
I think Revolution has lost 3 bodies. Ooh, that looked a little questionable. That Avalanche player came down and did a couple little flinches and pulled his gun to that little snake tower, or snake temple.
Well, no flag, so if he did something
No
dirty,
flag.
he got away with it.
I'm shocked. They've been pretty generous with the flags.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked one was not given.
All right, we got a minute 35, and they're down by 2 points. Upstate Avalanche, I was about to say, certainly has a chance to win
Ouch.
this.
Ouchies.
That doesn't help, and the
No.
clock flittering away does not help them either. I think they just have 2 players left together over there on the Dorito side.
This is definitely a race to the 50 type of layout.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's really hard for Choose to get those downfield kills. Even downfield eye sometimes. It's kind of a little blind, this field, so.
Well, there's a lot of cluster in the middle to block vision through the
Yes.
middle of this field. All right, Avalanche does not have the sense of urgency they need.
No.
We're now under a minute, and they seem content to just stay in their bunkers.
Revolution did their body just pushed out into the snake. It is a 2-on-2 situation.
Even if it was a 1-on-3, if you're the Avalanche player, you need to be pushing.
Yeah, I would have just gotten up and ran by
Yeah.
now.
It effectively it's over. The window is closed on them to win a second point, even if they win this point.
Let's hope. I mean, anything's possible. This one is. See if he could pick up that snake guy. It looks like Revolution picked up the center guy.
Bella's over here selling miracles.
Yeah, I'm selling miracles. I believe in them.
Well, we're at 10 seconds left. I don't think Avalanche is even going to score this point, unfortunately for them. Yeah, he's going to attempt to run through way too late.
Unfortunate for Upstate Avalanche. Great
Yeah.
job for Revolution.
This is something I see both doing webcasting here and regionally, and that is the lower you go down in the divisional ranks, the less effective the teams become at pushing on a timely manner. Meaning,
Yeah, so, the biggest thing is you got to watch, obviously what's going on the field. You got to also keep your eyes on the refs, see what they're doing, see where they're looking. And then you also have to watch the scoreboard, which sometimes is very hard to see. So it comes in time and comfortability, I would say.
I think that's right. There's a hesitancy to attack when the clock is saying you have to attack. And as you move up D4, D5, D3, D2, D1, the teams get better and better at attacking when they have to attack, when the clock says you have no choice.
Yes,
So.
yes. I mean, we try to go into our matches already knowing the time and having our little mental clock. You will hear our girls out there saying, "What's the time?" So we try to relay it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely time management is big.
All right, here we go. Filthy Few on the left. They're down by 2 points, but there is plenty of time left on the clock.
Filthy having a good break up to the center. That little center Dorito tower. I like that tower a lot.
Filthy's going to drop their first backline player.
I believe Protocol is still 5 alive with one body in the snake, which is a great advantage for them. Filthy does have a snake corner, which is going to be good for them to protect themselves from Protocol snake coming and wrapping this 50.
All right, Filthy Few spread across the back. Wow, that's a wild sideways shift for Filthy Few. Leaves the middle bunker, goes out to the D2. Hard to believe he got there.
You got to go where you got to go.
yeah, that's such a long run. That's kind of amazing. He got there alive. Even just accidentally running through a stream. Shouldn't have made it.
Filthy did just lose their home and their snake temple.
Yep. So that just leaves that Dorito 2 and this snake corner.
I mean, with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, down by 2.
Now they lose that Dorito. Just this snake corner. No, snake corner's gone. That's it.
And that's a mercy for them, right? For
3-point difference. Yeah, that'll be a 3-point differential. Protocol will close out this match.
Well, great job, Protocol. Awesome teamwork. Communications, comms were great. Definitely worked as a team.
All right, well, congratulations to Protocol. They managed to pull this one out, win it. They're going to walk away with a victory here. Filthy Few, come back to the next one. Speaking of come back to the next one, Bella, come back sometime. Jump into the booth anytime you want.
I would love to. We'll be here tomorrow. Our matches are here tomorrow, so.
Good luck. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, shout out to High Rollers, my girls. I love them.
They know.
I love them.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of break, and we're going to come back with more action here at the first event of the NXL 2025 season. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, guys.